It's me, it's Queen Aset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So today we're going to talk about self-care, especially for my healers. Those of you who are in the healing arts, such as priestesses or witches or shaman or medicine women, or people who are in the real medical field, nurses, doctors, therapists, physical therapists, things along those lines. If you're a healer and if you're not, you need to remember to practice self-care. Why am I talking about self-care? Because I've noticed from doing cards over the past year that for some reason it comes up for a lot of people. Self-care, self-love, self-respect, self-esteem. I've seen those words in the cards over and over and over again. And as I'm talking to my clients, many of them are subscribers at Ask an Aquarius. They're like, yeah, you're right. I don't have a lot of time for myself. And I'm like, what I'm seeing here repetitiously, especially with healers, but not just with healers. I'm seeing this with everybody. Like, I'm going to say 90% of the people I talk to fall short in this area. So I wanted to talk to you guys about it because I don't know if you're having this problem, but you might know somebody who is. So what I'm noticing is that people aren't really taking care of themselves. I'm noticing that a lot of people put their time, energy, money, and effort into others, but don't invest in themselves. I'm talking to mothers who will work double shifts to send their kid on a field trip or to get them a new pair of sneakers or a new laptop. But I asked them, when was your last vacation? When was your last meditation? When was your last bubble bath? When was the last time you had a day to yourself? A week, a Saturday, a Sunday to yourself? And many of these people are telling me, women and men, that they don't. And some of my brothers are even worse. Some of the men I talk to, I'm like, okay, so when was the last time you took a rest? Some of these brothers working 2 jobs. And there's nothing wrong with working 2 jobs. It's been times when I've worked 3 jobs. I understand that. Right now, I do 3 different things. I understand that. But my thing is that you have to take care of yourself. You can't just work, and kill yourself. You got to take vacations. You have to take rest. Every 90 days, you guys know I go on vacation. Why? Because I work 12 hours a day. So every 90 days, I go on a little vacation. Every weekend, I don't work. I work on Friday morning. That's it. Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday, I'm not working. You have to do things to take care of yourself, and resting is one of those things. So I wanted to say this to people because I see a lot of people are abusing themselves. And I've talked about this before, but the more I talk about it, the more I see it. So I wanted to bring it back to you guys to remind you that you have to love yourself. I got a quote somewhere from Buddha. And Buddha said, nobody deserves your compassion more than you. You deserve your own compassion. You have to treat yourself well. Resting is one of those things. Now, in Mayat and in different forms of spirituality, we learned that self-care is not just one thing. It's mind, body, and spirit. So self-care is taking care of your body, resting, exercising, maybe buying yourself something nice or pretty to wear just to make yourself feel good. That's more emotional, but it goes on the body. Taking care of your mental health. If you have a mental health issue, ignoring it is not self-care. That is not self-love. If you know that you're bipolar, go get some help. If you're depressed, go talk to somebody. Get a grief counselor. A lot of people tell me, I don't want to do that because they're going to put me on meds. Well, tell them that you don't want to take meds. They can't make you take medicine. Even your doctor can't force you to take treatment. Just tell them you want to do talk therapy. If they know that you don't know that, they're going to try to push meds on you, antidepressants or anti-anxiety drugs. But you tell them, look, I'm here for talk therapy. I don't want drugs. Period. And if they aren't, accepting of your no, move on to another person. It took me 4 tries to find the therapist that finally helped me. 4. The first 3 I felt like didn't do shit. They just sat there and listened to me. They didn't recommend anything. They did nothing. It was like nothing. I felt like I was just talking to the wall. But the 4th one, that was the charm. She listened. She had advice. She gave me books to read. A lot of the stuff that I give you guys is some of the stuff my therapist gave me, So self-care is taking care of your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, all of those kind of things. If you have something physically going wrong with you, go to the doctor and find out what it is and have it fixed, as best you can. Self-care is about taking care of every single part of you. And it's also about not treating yourself like an afterthought. A lot of people put everybody, like I said, before them. Their kids are before them. Their pastors before them. Their sisters and brothers, their moms and dads, everybody, their husbands, their wives, everybody's before them. But they never get to themselves. I don't put everybody before me. The only person I put before me is Goddess. Straight up. Goddess, bam, first. Then there's me. Then there's my daughter. And everybody else falls underneath that in some kind of hierarchy, depending upon what I need to give, what energy I need to give them. But I noticed that a lot of people put all of their energy into other people and don't save anything for themselves. So if you're one of those people, or one of those people, you have to stop that. You have to find ways of carving in time for yourself. I put it on my schedule. Every day I wake up and look at my schedule. And somewhere in my schedule is time for me to meditate. Time for me to do the things I need to do for me. So a half an hour to 60 minutes in my schedule is always mine every day. It's 24 hours in a day. If you can't give yourself an hour, your life is unbalanced. Even if you're working 2 jobs or you have kids or whatever the case is, you can even do this at bedtime. Sometimes I don't have time during the day and I put on a meditation as I'm laying down to go to sleep. So some of the times you have to finagle it a little bit, but you have to find time for yourself. And if you can't find time every day, you find time frequently, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, something like that. But a lot of people don't even try to make themselves important to themselves. And how do you think anybody's ever going to treat you special when you don't treat yourself special? That's law of attraction all day. So a lot of people come to me and they're like, well, everybody treats me like a doormat. My family doesn't respect me. My family doesn't appreciate me. I hear that all the time. All the time. And I'm like, how are they going to when you don't respect and appreciate yourself? You're giving off the energy like you don't care about yourself, but then you want other people to care about you. That doesn't work. That doesn't work for anybody. So you have to care and love yourself for everything else to go right. That's the first step. If you don't love yourself, then you don't protect yourself. You don't take care of yourself. You don't buy yourself that nice dress. You don't let yourself soak in the tub for an hour when you're hurting. You just keep pushing past to take care of the next person. And guess what? There's always going to be something else the next person needs. And you keep pushing yourself to the back burner. What happens with something you push to the back burner? It gets ignored. It might even burn because you're not stirring it, And that's what people are doing to themselves. They're not caring for themselves. So if you're doing this to yourself, stop it. Stop it. And find a way to give yourself more self-care, more self-love. If you know someone else that's doing this to themselves, stop it. Tell them to stop it. There's a book that I always recommend. It's by Louise L. Hay. When I finish doing this video, I'm going to put it underneath here. I've recommended this book before. It's called The Self-Love Workbook. And it's a book that helps you look at the ways you're not loving yourself and how you can change that. Okay? I did this book myself and it changed my life. So I'm going to put it underneath this video. But remember that. And if you're a healer, you must take care of yourself before you take care of your clients. Because if you don't, it's going to drain you. It's going to drain your chi, your battery. So as a healer, Your self-care is pretty much the same as everybody else's, except for a lot of times it takes on a spiritual connotation as well, because you need to be cleansing yourself spiritually in the ways that I've taught you guys before. Palo Santo, sage, frankincense and myrrh, using crystals, things like that. Healers have to take care of themselves because you are coming up with sick people. You're helping sick people all the time. And if you absorb enough of that energy, you'll get sick too. So you have to make sure you're cleansing the energy that you're taking in as an empath, as a nurse, as a doctor. You're taking in other sick people's energy. So the idea is for you to cleanse yourself, to cleanse away the energy that you're absorbing. So if you're a healer or not, this is going to be really important for you. I listen to people's problems all day long. And if I listen to people's problems and don't take care of myself, eventually that energy is going to become problematic for me. So it's just like if you work at a hospital and you're around germs all the time. If you're not taking care of your immune system, what's going to happen? You're going to catch the germs. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're working with people in a healing capacity and not taking care of yourself, you're going to make yourself sick. Okay? So think about what I said and think about where you fall here. Do you love yourself? Do you take care of yourself? Do you treat yourself like you're special? Because you are. Every last one of us is a soul, and every soul is special. Now, whether or not we choose to acknowledge that or not is a problem. But it's still the truth. When Goddess looks down on us, she sees all of her children, all of our souls. And if we can see ourselves in that same way, we'll take better care of ourselves. And then you can take better care of other people when you're replenished. So it only helps everybody. It's a win-win. It's not like you're being selfish and, oh, I'm just going to take care of myself. No, taking care of yourself is good for everybody else that you're helping as well. Okay? So we're going to talk again. I got some more to say. So I'll be back tomorrow. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody that needs to hear this message, please pass this video on to them. If you would like to get a reading, please email me for an appointment. If you would like to send me a love donation or a gift, I'll put my information underneath this video. Likewise, check out underneath the video for the links I told you I put. Okay? See you later.